Howdy, 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 my darling Virgo. Let's get into your weekly tarot reading for June 2023, darling. See what's going on for you, what advice y'all could be giving, what clarity we can be bringing to your life today. All right, let's just get right into this here with your first card being the Queen of Wands, Virgo. All right, so I'm going to always cover my tarot readings from a social aspect as well as just, business, career, financial, just your projects in the earthly realm here. All right, so we'll start out with more so just your physical life here. All right, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is somebody that is about to be going on a journey here. I won't be surprised in the coming days, Virgo, if some of you get this desire of picking up your bags and moving out. All right, whether this is in your living situation, in your career, there's some type of desire for you of just like, I don't want to say getting out of a rut, because I feel like that's pretty presumptuous of me to just assume you're in a rut of some capacity here. But the Queen of Wands is definitely making some changes happen here in the name of some type of personal passion for you. All right, and so follow. It's gonna sound a little bit corny, Virgo, but I do feel like it's important for you to follow your heart a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna explain why with a different tarot deck so you can see the artwork of it here while I'm still running my mouth. I'm gonna pull another card here so I can continue on, but I'm a very visual person, Virgo, so you have to just forgive me in that way. Oh, and we have the Sun card coming right out here. All right, so the Sun card blessing that Queen of Wands there. Really fabulous. The Sun card is the best card in the tarot deck. It represents clarity coming into your life, but I don't feel like that clarity is going to come into your life until you start taking your first steps out there. All right, and so this is really leading me to believe where it's like you have a strong desire. Sun card. Where's this Queen of Wands, honey? You have this strong desire, Virgo, of doing something, right? But you might be a little bit hesitant because of that Sun not being relevant right now. But there is this message here of where it's like if you leave the nest, if you take that leap of faith as that Queen of Wands, your spiritual team is blessing you. Of course, the Queen of Wands is gonna be the last card I find. This happened with Taurus as well for their card I wanted to show. There we go. This is a message where it's just like, hey, right now you just got to take the first couple steps, meet your spiritual team halfway, and then they'll make sure the clarity comes in. They'll make sure things start working out, because the Sun card also represents abundance. Girl, I worked so hard to find this card, and now I'm not showing it to you. So if you look closely, I almost called you Taurus now, Virgo. If you look closely, Virgo, you see that this person is holding like a little bit of a flame, even though there's all these other passions around them. Like there's something that Queen of Wands unapologetically celebrates and puts more energy into. All right, and so really this is like a message to me, Virgo, where it's like, I want you to take a little bit more risk. All right, I want you to follow your heart a little bit more. Your spiritual team wants you to follow your heart a little bit more, and if you were to do that, then that Sun is going to be blessing you. For example, Virgo, if I were to ask you what you want to what would you like to do for a career for your life, you'll give me the answer of what you think is the most likely for you, or the thing that you think would give you the most money. And then the honest answer is the one where if you could do anything in the world and it would be successful, that's the answer that your spiritual team wants you to lean into, not the one that seems the most realistic. Now, obviously, I have to ground this message a little bit, Virgo. Right? I'm not saying if you wanted to be the president, or if you want, anything like that of your country, I'm not saying you can't, but let's also be a little bit more grounded in this here, because I don't really get anything grandiose like this here. But there is this message of just following your desire a little bit more, because I feel like you're being a little bit too dismissive of it. All right, and your spiritual team will meet you halfway, but you have to do your part as well. Key point is they will meet you halfway, Virgo. Now, in a social dynamic here, Virgo, I feel as if in your coming days, you're going to be meeting some new folks that are part of your soul tribe here. All right, pretty positive card overall. I'm going to be honest with that Queen of Wands. I get a sense of distance here, so it could be, talking to some new folks online. Could be the sense of, with that passion there, maybe you're joining, girl, I'm sorry, I'm like, there's like a moth. Somehow these moths get into my room, honey. Could be a sense of where maybe you're joining a new community of some type, maybe a gaming community or something in that manner there. But I feel like you're going to be making some solid new friendships here in the coming days, Virgo. All right, so let's continue on with your story, darling. Girl, this moth is huge. Girl, how did you get in here? Anyways, Virgo, so you have the Nine of Wands coming in here, and let's clarify this with one. Wheel of Fortune. All right, Taurus actually got the Wheel of Fortune as well for them, but yours is a little bit different here. Your message here, Virgo, is this one of where you You guys have really kept your head above water the best you can. This to me is showing to me, Virgo, where it's like you have been beaten up by the universe quite a bit, right? And so I can understand why you might be wanting to play it a little bit more safe right now. It makes sense here. But again, this is really this is going to separate the Virgos that walk in faith and the Virgos that just walk in whatever way. And so what I mean by this is to have faith in something is to believe in something even if you have no tangible evidence of it right now, Virgo. So for example, whenever I quit my job as a nurse, flew out to California to pursue this, you know, I had no idea it was going to work out or not, but I had faith that my spiritual team had my back, and lo and behold, I mean, there were some bumps on the road, you know, ended up having to escape a cult, had to escape a couple of racists, you know, there's some bumps on the road there, but overall, I'm still here, I'm still thriving, darling, right? And so I want to make this very clear, Virgo, in that I'm not trying to paint like this happy sunshine and fairy tale scenario for you, all right? But, you know, have a little bit more faith in your spiritual team. They may not make sure that you are having 5-star treatment, but you didn't come into this lifetime right now to just be spoiled. Now, spare me, Virgo. I know some of you, because that would be me. I'd be like, well, girl, Velka, I do want to be spoiled, actually. But I understand. I know that you understand what I'm trying to say here, my friend, right? And so it's just like, trust the process a little bit more, all right? Have a little bit more faith in your spiritual team. Again, there is this sense of where they just want you to take a little bit of just your first couple steps, and then they'll make sure everything else is taken care of. You will make sure that fortune changes into your favor and blesses you here, right? All right, Virgo. In a social way here, I get this message of where you have just had some bad luck when it comes to social relationships. I feel as if like you are so, I don't know, a very specific message, Virgo, of where I feel like you're very used to people making you out to be the bad guy, or like people, even if you don't talk to people all too often, people will somehow twist it. I wish I could show you Tulip right now. Her face is like planted into it looks so cute. People just will twist Virgo. Like, even having one conversation with you, they'd be like, I don't like Virgo. They're a bitch. They're this, they're that, there, right? You probably had some bad luck when it comes to that regard. Again, so that might make you a little bit cynical when it comes to relationships, but I do feel like that's going to be changing for you. All right. So overall, some pretty positive cards for you, darling. Let's pull a couple more, see what else is going on in your life, Virgo. But overall, it seems, you know, this is a pretty solid reading here. 10 of Swords coming in here. Now, before you get too crazy here, the 10s in tarot represents closures to cycles, and I'm actually one of the few tarot readers that actually don't perceive the 10 of Swords as something that bad, because I always say it's like, you already went through this trauma, you already went through this pain, those 10 swords are already on your back, like there's nothing, you know, you already went through it. This is not a foreshadowing, Virgo, of painful things to come. All right, this is more so a sense of where I will say, for the most of you, maybe some of you have like one final lesson that needs to happen. But if you just recently went through like a pretty big bump on the road here, it's kind of a message saying it's like, hey, that's going to be it, Virgo. Like, you don't have to stress about this anymore. All right. So, you know, overall, in my opinion, a pretty positive message here. Again, we have this, oh girl, that probably sounded nasty on this mic. You probably I don't know, Virgo, when I see this 8 of Swords, by definition, this represents like self-limiting thoughts and beliefs that hold you back here. But I don't know, I feel like that's a little bit gaslighty in your situation right now, because it's very understandable like where your headspace is at because of everything that you've been through up until this point. But again, this kind of just separates the boys and the girls from the men and the women, honey, or the theys. Truly here, Virgo, this is a message where it's just like, for those that are able to still have some faith in their spiritual team, because they acknowledge that not everything's going to be handed to them on a silver platter, and they're going to have some months, some weeks, some years even, where you have your dips and then you have your high moments and your low moments. That just happens with everybody. Doesn't matter how spiritual you are or how rich you are or anything, everyone goes through crap. And I feel like you just went through your period of crap, and yeah, confirming it, the 5 of Wands here, like you went through your period of crap, but that doesn't mean that's everything, that's how the rest of your life is going to be, Virgo. All right. We do have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, y'all are just really in your head right now, darling. All right. And so I'm gonna be honest, I don't even feel like I'm gonna be able to help some of you Virgos out in this tarot reading. Like, I feel like you're still going to have a lot of mental baggage that you're carrying with you even after this video. But my hope is for some of you that you have this be a confirming message for you, Virgo, where it's like, yeah, I just gotta keep my head up above water just a little bit longer. Things are going to be working out for you here. This is really a time for you where I want you to be a little bit more adventurous. This isn't a time for you to be playing it safe. I have a sneeze coming on right now, so if you wonder why I'm making a weird face, anyways. So Virgo, overall here, for those that walk in faith, that y'all are going to be the ones that really are prosperous here. And so keep your eye on the prize right now. Queen of Cups coming in here, and then one final card, Ace of Wands, just following in that passion, darling, right? Very fitting. We started out with the Queen of Wands, and then we end with the Ace of Wands here. All right, so ultimately this summer is going to be a very spiritually guided one for you. This is really going to be a summer of where those that really walk a spiritual path and walk the walk and talk the talk, darling, is that how the phrase goes? Those are the ones that are going to be really blessed this summer, Virgo. So are you going to be up for the test? Are you going to pass the test with flying colors, or are you going to play it safe? Either way, you know, it's okay. Just understand what you're getting into with your choices here, right? I'm just here to provide to you what is possible for you, my darling. All right, Virgo. So this is the weekly tarot reading that I have for you, darling. If you did enjoy this tarot reading and you want to have a one-on-one private tarot reading with me, check out my website down below. And until next time, darling, I love you so much, Virgo. Bye.